Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone had a great lunch. My name is Anky. I'm heading the enterprise sales team and business development for GupShup in Indonesia. So GupShup is a conversational engagement platform who's focusing on serving clients, enterprises, SMEs, and providing seamless a platform using AI, right? And we are utilizing our platform for our clients, so our clients can use WhatsApp as a service or any types of messaging channel that they're using to engage with their customers. So GupShup is a strategic partner from Meta, and now I'm introducing Pak Herianto from Meta as a business messaging, and also Michelle, a VP of Growth and Marketing from Segari, and Tala, CSM from Mo Engage. So, thank you everyone for joining me in this panel session. So, the topic today that we're going to talk about is conversational AI and customer experience, right? How has conversational AI has helped businesses to engage better with their customers, right? So, I will start the first question to Pak Heri, because Pak Heri sits in the center of business messaging. We all know that we use WhatsApp. And obviously, Pak Heri owns the product as well, and Meta owns the product. So, Pak Heri, how do you see, gimana Pak Heri udah ngelihat WhatsApp being used by businesses in Indonesia? Apa sih trennya sekarang?
Okay, thank you, Anky. I think since of the most attendance here in, I think using bahasa, maybe I will mix ya.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody. So, menurut saya sih cukup menarik ya perkembangannya sekarang. Lately, we see a lot of demand from many of the enterprise company to use the AI lah basically for their experience in the customer. Mereka itu mau gimana caranya customer bisa dijangkau lebih mudah, karena ya rata-rata yang menggunakan WhatsApp itu justru yang kurang mengerti teknologi. Dan mereka maunya ketika menggunakan WhatsApp itu simple, tanpa harus terlalu lama journey-nya. Berdasarkan survei kita biasanya maksimal orang akan fokus di satu chat itu atau conversation 5 menit. Nah, ketika dibantu sama AI ini akan menjadi lebih cepat, termasuk untuk sampai dengan conversation atau dari dia punya discovery-nya. Itu sih.
Oke, thanks Pak. Jadi ada efisiensi dari sisi waktu dan proses juga ya mungkin ya. Thanks Pak Heri. Mungkin next to Michelle ya. Michelle, in Segari, especially as someone who handles such a important position, handles growth and marketing in Segari, right? How do you see Segari right now in your current situation? Udah leverage WhatsApp as a channel untuk create personalization dan juga engagement with your current customers?
Right, okay. First maybe let me introduce what Segari is. Yeah, Segari is tempat jual sayur buah daging, ikan, FMCG semuanya. Basically supermarket online gitu, right? So anybody here who doesn't know what Segari is, I just want to measure the size of my homework. Okay, kelihatannya semuanya udah ngerti ya, jadi maybe I can tell that to my CEO. But yes, so that's what Segari is, right? Now, how we have leveraged AI conversational messaging gitu kan. We've mostly used just messaging, and why is that important to us? Basically, we know that the natural grocery journey, or what we are competing against, is actually offline. Nah, kalau offline, what are the two characteristics of offline? Yang satu, bisa pegang sendiri, right? And yang kedua, you can actually interact with the seller, right? Bisa tanya, ayamnya kapan nih dipotong gitu. Oh, why is the eye of the fish red gitu, right? All of these questions, right? So what we tried to answer as a platform is we want to reduce the anxiety that comes from not being able to do those two things, right? The first thing that our main initiative is garansi uang kembali. Right? So a lot of moms, a lot of wives, a lot of men as well, right? When they shop for groceries, they have this anxiety gitu. What if I buy the avocado and the avocado doesn't ripen in 3 days? What do I do then? Right? So what we say is, fine, it's okay. We give you the avocado. We think it will ripen in 3 days. But if it doesn't, we will give you the amount of money back. Right? We give you 3 avocados, right? If one of them doesn't ripen, cukup foto WhatsApp ganti, right? So you just need to take a photo of the avocado so we make sure that the avocado exists, gitu ya. And then we will return it to you, no questions asked. Using this kind of policy, we have returned all kinds of things, right? We have returned pak choy that has holes in it, right? We have returned, sometimes even there was a customer who complained that the bakso kurang enak gitu. Yeah, the bakso kurang enak, kurang berasa. We were a little bit confused, but because our policy is no questions asked, we return it gitu, right? When in doubt, the customer is always right. Right. So in order for us to be able to facilitate that, we had to be one of the, I would say, one of the first early adopters, right, to use WhatsApp as our main channel for communicating with our customers.
Thank you.
Because there's no way for us to give garansi uang kembali if people are not comfortable sharing that. And like Pak Heri bilang, right, the most familiar channel is actually WhatsApp, right? People don't want to log on to your web just to complain and have to learn how to add a picture gitu. They just want to use something that they're already familiar with, right? So almost, I would say, a large majority of our conversations with our customers are actually conducted on WhatsApp, right? So that is how I think one of the first things we did when we first started Segari is actually start our customer support. Right, because we had this promise that we were going to give people back their money, right? But the first problem that we ran into is how do we manage our response times? At some point, our response times was like 10 minutes gitu. That's not acceptable, right? Nah, so based on a lot of initiatives that we've tried out, we've now been able to reduce our response times to 1 minute. So anybody, and you guys feel free to try it out, and if not, you know my name, right? Just message me, right? If they complain to Segari, right, we will respond in 1 minute. We also track the average amount of time until the ticket is closed, right? And that needs to be under 2 minutes as well, right? So that's what we do currently, right? In order to be able to do this, we have to make sure as well that our customers are happy with what we're delivering. So we track our customer happiness, or an NPS, right? So that is what we started out using WhatsApp for. But now we have expanded our use case to a lot of different other things, right? So we also use WhatsApp to proactively ask for feedback, right? We use WhatsApp to give people promos, right? All of that. But that's how it started.
Thanks, Michelle. Very thorough answer, right? I think 2 main takeaways from your explanation. One is, now I understand why my wife loves ordering goods from Segari, because no questions asked, right? So that's really good. And second is, it's very interesting that you talk about, several different journeys. Sales obviously doesn't end when a customer purchases a product. There's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of complications. If your customer, especially, they're not particularly happy with the products that goods that they're receiving, for example, or even complaints about packaging. You're now providing channels for your customers to be able to contact you and communicate to you directly, right? So that's really good. So going back a little bit to Pak Heri, Pak Heri, obviously now we've seen that WhatsApp has been used, sama customer itu on different journeys. Let's say pre-purchase, purchase, and post-purchase. Pak, based on your experience, of course, engaging directly with businesses, dan juga mungkin feedback dari end user atau customer who uses WhatsApp, how do you see, what are the feedbacks sebenarnya? Top feedbacks, are they happy? Are they worried about something? Are they worried about security, for example, or any other concerns that you're seeing from customers?
Thank you. And thank you again for becoming our loyal customer. So I think before that, I just want to share some fun fact. The daily average time that you see you have on WhatsApp, based on our survey, in the local survey only, is 2 hours minimum daily. So it means and then the population or the citizen that using WhatsApp in Indonesia is almost reached 200 million. Not unique number because some of us already own maybe one or two WhatsApp number. So it means the customer is already there, and how you reach the customer, like Michelle said. Yeah, that's I think one thing that you must think about first. And then about the journey, you must start with the easy one. Otherwise, the customer will think, your end customer will think it is a very difficult, and they will close it. So usually the feedback that I got, the bot replying very long, or there is no response, especially if the one that answer still on the manual. For example, sorry, this is just an example. No question asked, but no one reply your chat. You will be angry about it, disappointed about it, right? But if you are using bot, and then the bot will analyze, oh yes, your avocado is not ripe yet, but do you want to wait another day? I will send you another one avocado as the replacement. The AI will think about it, and then it will send directly. So we also have another trend that for the journey or post journey, during their checkout, for example, 3 avocado. Hey, do you want to add more? Just add 1,000 rupiah. You can get 4 avocado. It's cheaper than you buy than 3, right? So I think the issue now is we just on the early phase. Still long way journey. I saw the more engaged clip before this. It's very awesome. So it is how you educate the customer is the difficult part. How you want the customer to know that you have the WhatsApp business to reach the customer, not just for notification, also can be used for customer service, complaint handling, and also for transaction later on. I think so. No much complaint. Only they want to see what else can be in the future.
Thanks, Paire. Very interesting. So you've touched on several use cases again. Now I wanted to jump to Tala, right? I mean, you're a customer success from Mo Engage. Obviously, you've been meeting and interacting with a lot of clients from different industries, different verticals. How have you seen your customers, your clients, using WhatsApp as a channel to create engagement with their customers? Use case-nya apa aja sih yang mungkin Tala lihat selama ini your clients are using gitu?
Sure. Thank you for that question. So sebenarnya bagusnya tuh di Mo Engage ya, karena di Mo Engage we are able to see it on a different lens. Different lens maksudnya tuh gimana? Karena kita omni channel, so we have the information on how effective each channel is, right? Selain kita tahu ini effectivity channel gimana, kita juga tahu effective channel basis on the industry. And the good thing right now is that from all of these channels, the most the trending banget ya sekarang ya, or we can say like the sexy channel right now, it's WhatsApp. Yeah, so we know push, we know email, we know these channels also work because sometimes ada yang lebih prefer email juga ya. Mungkin depending on the generation, they prefer push, others prefer email. But right now WhatsApp is one of the channel that has the most engagement. And I'll give you some numbers. So usually we see email, the read rates is around 10-20%. You'll be surprised for WhatsApp. WhatsApp, the read rates that we get is around 80-90%.
Thank you.
That's so big. That's like almost 100% of the campaigns that you send or the messages you send through WhatsApp is being read by 90%, almost 90% of your users.
I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised because I know we're offering. Sorry. Yeah, thanks for that feedback. Right. So I think you haven't shared about use cases, but that's fine. I'm sure your clients are using WhatsApp for different types of use cases and different journeys, right? No, Michelle, coming back to you a little bit, right? Now you have implemented or used WhatsApp as a channel for different types of engagement. Again, customer support is one thing. Perhaps pre-purchase is also one thing. You're allowing your customers to reach out to your business and ask questions. Maybe you've provided some FAQs, for example. So after you've implemented all these journeys, right, and different use cases, how have you seen changes or improvements in your business. How has it helped actually, Segari?
Yeah. Yes. So first, let me tell you how we measure whether we've succeeded or not. We measure it using our NPS, right? Our Net Promoter Score. And we have a lot of NPSs, but we have a separate one for customer service, and we have a separate one for, in general, our app, right? So we use conversational messaging in 4 use cases. But they can be broadly divided into 2. So one is proactive and another one is reactive. Right, let me talk about the reactive one first because I think everyone is more familiar with that. One, customer complaint, for sure. Right, so we field our customer complaint for the garansi uang kembali, sometimes just to answer questions as well, but usually on that it's a more negative kind of thing. But customers also ask us to do positive things, right? Like they will ask us questions like, ini buah tomatnya tuh dikirim dari mana, right? Oh, then we can answer, oh dari Lembang, right? Or something like that, depending on the location, right? They also ask us to do certain things for them, like change the name of the order, change the address, right? Sometimes they will have more weird requests, right? Which we are happy to accommodate as well. That's reactive, right? But we also use conversational messaging for proactively reaching out. Proactively reaching out, we do 2 things. Yang pertama itu promo. Promo, actually it's personalized messaging, right? But we usually use it for promo. We usually use it to target, oh, okay, it looks like Tala is the kind of person who enjoys bananas. So I'm going to give her a promo on banana. Or I'm going to give her a promo on apricots. Because for some reason, I believe that people who eat bananas like apricots, right? So that's what we do on the first one, right? Trying to understand the customer. The second thing that we do as well, more intensely nowadays, is actually asking for feedback, right? So once a month, all of our manager levels have to reach out to at least 2 customers, right? And ask how their purchase went. Right, we track, we have quality ratings, so sometimes the customer puts in a bad quality rating. All of those are personally messaged by our quality team to figure out what went wrong. So those are the 4 use cases that we've done. Since we have implemented the 4 use cases, we have seen our quality complaint rating go down from 4% to 2%, right? So 2% is on the number of rating level, right? So people who fill in your ratings are usually 2, one of 2. Either people are very happy or people are very angry, right? And usually it's the latter, right? Usually when we're very happy, we don't really think about congratulating the people who helped us, right? Usually it's like, kenapa nih datangnya busuk gitu? Kenapa datangnya retak gitu, right? Or kenapa agak berembes airnya, right? Nah, jadi we track that number of ratings. Let's say there are 100 ratings, only 3 of them are allowed to be negative. Right? How do we rate negative? Anything below a 4, so we rate from 1 to 5. So anything below a 4 is negative for us. Because nobody who's very happy is rating you 3, right? Anybody who is happy is rating a 5. So 1, 2, and 3 are all negative ratings. So ever since we have implemented this, maybe it's not directly related to conversation itself, but actually in terms of how our company has been able to react to the feedback more quickly, we have been able to reduce the rating by half to 2%. Of course, the number varies, yeah. If it's like raining and stuff, there may be more complaints, but we've been able to reduce it by half and more consistently as well.
Great, that's a great answer actually, Michelle. So, it's very important. So that's hyper-personalization, right? So knowing, obviously, the stage that your customer has been having with with Segari, right? Whether they are in post-purchase, the products that they have purchased from your platform, and then if there's has ever any issue with any certain goods, you will be able to identify that, and then obviously using WhatsApp as a channel to understand that point from the customer, and also be able to utilize it as a channel to give feedback back to the customer, or even to recontact the customer, re-engage the customers. So again, Pak Herianto, this is hyper personalization plus ada metrics of performance, right? Yang sekarang Segari is watching gitu, and obviously on regular basis. Any other metrics that you've seen businesses, your clients di Indonesia juga monitor in order to see whether WhatsApp as a channel is successful or not? Maybe has it helped their business or not? Maybe other metrics that you can think of that you remember from your clients?
Yeah, I just blank a bit because Segari is a very good customer. But I think now, like Tali said, read rate in WhatsApp, they always measure. And it's the highest among other channel. Yeah. And now, thanks to AI, they also want to see the conversion rate. From like Facebook, Instagram, the click to WhatsApp, and then conversion rate from that one. Nowadays, the customer want to see until the transactional rate. So they want to know if we can reduce until 2%, is it going to improve the purchase in the channel, not just in WhatsApp, but maybe in the app also, right? And also they want to know if you create the campaign in WhatsApp, they want to know what is the percentage rates that can go until the transaction. So now they are very sharp on that one. They ask our BSP or our partner like Engage, like GupShup to how to measure that one, because they will improve their marketing campaign if the rate is quite high, right? And also, I think based on that, they want to reduce like how to reduce the man error when answering the question or complaint handling like that one. Yeah, so that's all the part that they want to measure. Everything basically.
Everything basically. They wanted to know. I mean, businesses wanted to know how successful they are in whatever channel that they are using to engage with their customers, right? So Tala, again, very interesting explanation by Michelle and Paheri, right? Now, have you seen any feedback from your clients who are utilizing obviously more engaged platform and then perhaps utilizing WhatsApp again as a channel to engage with their customers? Have you seen any positive feedback or feedback from your clients?
Yes, absolutely. And how I'll answer that question is I'll add in like one of the use cases since I kind of took over that. Yes. So how we like the best practices that we do is when we add in the WhatsApp, it's not only adding it as one single send. The best thing to do is to put it inside of your journey. So it's usually under the user journey or customer flow. So once, let's say they install the app or go to your website, once you have all their details, right, then you don't want just to send them a general message, right? So that's where the omni-channel engagement starts, because you want to reach out to your user seamlessly through all of these channels. Because as I said earlier as well, some might be comfortable in email, some in push. But what we've seen, based on the numbers, is mostly everybody's there on WhatsApp. And that's like the very, like the common use case is that when we put them in the journey, right? Let's say a user who has installed and then they have left the cart, if they abandoned the cart, or they have left a bad rating, for example, then that's where we reach out to them through WhatsApp, because now they think it's a personal and one-to-one approach.
Yeah. Thanks. Very interesting answer. Okay, so this is my last question to everyone, right? So this is going to be an open question. Anyone feel free to give some feedback. So what advice would you give to businesses who haven't started using WhatsApp or even more engaged as a platform to communicate and engage with their customers, right? And what advice would you give them how to start this? I mean, perhaps Michelle, you can give some advice on how did you start in Segari. Herianto, obviously, you can give some feedback. Obviously, you receive some questions from your clients. How do we start as an enterprise, as a big business, for example? So please feel free. Tala, you can also add.
Sure. So that's a very good question actually. Karena kalau misalnya di most of the brands that we talk to, everybody wants to use WhatsApp. The $1 million question is, where do they start? Yes. So, we want to use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a very, very good channel. But $1 million question is always, okay, gimana ya caranya ya, gitu ya. So that's where actually we come in. So we help you in terms of not only, ini WhatsApp, dah, gitu kan. So we try to understand because each brand also has their own concerns. Each brand has different objectives. So once we sit down and talk to these people, what actually is the objective that you want, then we can, insert it in the customer journey and have like a very seamless experience for your users.
Thanks for that. Any feedback from Michelle or Paheri, perhaps? Last statement.
Yeah, so I would say that this is not necessarily, I don't know if I'm qualified to give advice. It's something that we're still struggling with, right? But I would say the most important thing is to humanize our responses. There's no point of starting a conversation if you're not going to be there to finish it, right? And so what we try to do is, even in the language and style that we communicate, right, it's important to be as human and as relatable as possible. I think right now the WhatsApp space, at least from what I see, it's hot, yes, and there's a lot of competitors, right? It's getting very crowded, and it's very difficult to stand out. Right. I'm sure all of you have your own strategies on how you're going to stand out, right? Whether you're going to put all emojis on the first line or something like that, right? But I think regardless of what our strategies may be, I think the most important thing is for us to be able to relate to our customers and to be able to show that, even if it's a one-way communication, it needs to be something that shows that people are special, gitu, right? Otherwise, I don't think there's a point in starting the conversation.
I think I agree with them all. Mungkin saya harus pakai bahasa Indonesia ya. Jadi ketika kita memulai journey ini, WhatsApp itu tidak pernah digunakan untuk spamming or blasting a lot to everybody ya, just spamming. There's not a meta intention to do that, right? Jadi ketika kita memulai, pastiin kalian memulai itu dengan start simple. Start small dulu, bisa juga testing ke internal employee first to get their feedback, right? Don't blast full blown if not ready, right? And then targeted. Ketika kirim kayak tadi, journey-nya itu mungkin sebagai in between the omni channel. The process must be seamless, so people will wait your message, right? At the right, also we have to go at the right person. Targeted yang kayak tadi, the right moment, the right time. Kayak misalnya kalau kirim, setiap kali kirim jam 12 malam, lama-lama di blok. Jadi itu kita harus prevent itu. Dan kalau misalnya dalam sebulan kirim setiap minggu 2 kali sehari, 3 kali sehari, itu juga nggak bagus misalnya. Kecuali memang intend to do that. Misalnya kayak tadi mau dikasih lihat trackingnya, karena kita costing di WhatsApp itu sebetulnya bisa per session. Jadi ketika misalnya terjadi kayak tadi sejak di order, tapi ada tracking, terus sampai final, bahkan mungkin nanti bisa ada fotonya. Nah itu saya rasa tidak akan diblok, tapi acceptance dari usernya bakal tinggi sekali. Jadi itu sih pesannya, simple, targeted, at the right moment, at the right time.
Thanks Pak Heri. Simple, targeted, at the right time, and not using WhatsApp for spamming, right? Use it professionally. And businesses can use it to, at first to engage their internal employees even, and see how has it helped, right? And then now, obviously everyone has seen that a lot of businesses now have adopted WhatsApp for different types of journey, right? Right, so I think those are all the questions that I have for today. We can end the session, but however, before we end the session, we have prepared one very short video of one of our clients that has gone live. Yeah, they are using GupShup solution, we call it direct commerce, to be able to serve their customer or client or end customer and use it to connect with the customer, right? Please, anyone, please start. That's it. So obviously, thanks. So obviously everyone knows Bata, right? It's a global brand. They're dealing in fashion, shoes, bags for men and women. Now what Bata did with us, with GupShup, is we've helped to create an AI customer journey on WhatsApp. So customer is able to create a WhatsApp commerce. So their customers are able to choose a product. Even there's an AI capabilities, their chatbot capabilities. They can ask a free text questions. I need a black shoe. I need a black shoe size 41, for example. And then the bot is able to recognize that question and then show the relevant products, right? So that is some of the capabilities that we're building with our clients, and obviously with the help of Meta as well and Herianto. Okay, so that's all that we have for today in this panel session. Thank you everyone so much for listening and paying attention to us. Thank you so much.